Hi, so in this video I'm going to be running through how you can create task lists in the SweetHawk Tasks and Subtickets app that can either be manually or automatically applied to your ticket based off of certain ticket conditions. And so the first step to be able to do that is by clicking on the task icon on the left side here and then into task list, and then on the right hand side add task lists. Then we're going to give the task list a name like so. We can stipulate whether the task list is required, so all tasks must be completed before you're able to solve the ticket. And we can also make it so that certain agents are allowed to apply it manually and others aren't. But you can go straight through and click on create list there. Now we've got a task list without any tasks in it, so we're going to have to add our tasks. You can do that by either adding them one by one. So let's create our first task by typing it in here. Each task can have its own note. This is a small piece of text that might give hints as to what the agent needs to do to complete this. This is a note. You can add in a link to external documentation if you wanted to as well, and then you can define ticket updates. So say for example, if I want when this task is completed, maybe I want to add the tag. So just search for tag, add the tag contract _signed. I can do that as well. So I'm going to create that task, and then if you wanted to kind of create a whole bunch of tasks at once, so maybe you're copying it and pasting it from a different space, you can click on the bulk edit section here, and then we can kind of update that, and we've got our task list ready to go. So now that we've got our task list, we'll be able to see that this list is available for adding on a ticket. So I'm just going to create a test ticket here, and then we'll see on the right hand side in the tasks app we'll have our new onboarding list that we've just created. The last part of creating a task list here is that you can actually set any of these tasks here to also define a subticket. This will create, the instant the task list is added, it will create a subticket with information that you preset. And you can do that by clicking define subticket here. And then it's essentially like filling out a macro where you can put in the details, like contract must be signed. Set the requester as to who needs to do that. Maybe it's somebody relative on the ticket, like copying it from the parent. Maybe it's a parent assignee. Maybe you want to specify specifically who is going to do that thing. It's up to you. And then with all of these fields below, you can also decide to copy information from the parent ticket. So I can choose the form that we were working on. Maybe it's client onboarding, and then add all the fields, and then all of a sudden we're copying all of the fields from the parent ticket into the child ticket. And then once I click on define subticket here, we now have a subticket for this task. And lastly, let's just give this a test out and see what happens here. So I'm going to select the onboarding list on the right hand side here, and as you can see, the 10 tasks have been added, and the subticket that we've defined is also being automatically created. And once that's exists, there'll be a link between the parent and the child ticket, like so. So yeah, that is how to create a task list and have and what it looks like when you add the task list to the ticket. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, email us at support@sweethawk.com.